Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Tammy.
Welcome to our home. Today we want to talk to you guys about how to make a pen portfolio out of old tablet covers. Alright, thank you guys for joining us today. We want to talk to you guys about how to make these pen portfolios. We like these a lot. We've actually just figured out, thought of the idea of how to make them. We've made tons of different ways of carrying our pens. We've got VHS backpack for little kids, VHS pen purses. We've got 3-ring binders that we made our own pages for. But one of the reasons we like this so well is it's small. You can prop them up, and it has cork board, so you don't need bags, and so that makes the pen trading process a lot easier. And you can just carry a couple of these in a little pack or something. This small of one or this small of one could fit in your fanny pack if you wore a fanny pack. But these, you don't have to have those pen backs on, and so it works out great. What we want to do today is show you guys how to make these. It's actually really simple. It'll only take 2 or 3 little items, and so we want to share that with you. Now I do want to share this with you. I ordered this offline, and these cost me $6 each, and they were brand new covers. And they actually have Mickey on them. They also have the same size that has a Minnie on them. I've got some of those on order, but they haven't made it here. And so this works out great. It looks pretty Disney-ish because it is authentic Disney merch. And so what we want to do now is show you guys how to make one. And so for doing that, I actually brought my second one in, and I pre-cut everything. This is yoga mat, and this yoga mat I bought on sale at Walmart. It was just a brand new rolled up yoga mat, and I think we paid $3 a piece for the big sets of yoga mat. And then this is cork board, and so you can make it using cork board like we like. And the tile of cork board, they come 4 to a pack at Hobby Lobby, and we bought them for 40% coupon, made them $6. They were originally $10. And then this is just your cheap craft foam board. And so you don't need all 3 of these, but you do need at least 2. And so depending on how much you want to spend, you can use the black foam board with the yoga mat, the thin yoga mat, and that sits down in there. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it sits down in there once you glue it, and it's really fine-tuned there.
Flush.
Oh, thank you. Fine-tuned. That's the proper term. Fine-tuned. But it's really flush, and what that does is it allows for your book to close really well. And this is probably the cheapest way to do it. I think if you built it out of this, like this, you could build a handful of them and get it down to about $8 a piece, maybe $7 each.
Maybe you should tell them which way you prefer and why you prefer it.
All right. Well, I prefer in this particular one because it does not come all the way over to the edge. I prefer to use this as my backer and this as my top, because the cork board gives it stiffness that it doesn't have otherwise, but it keeps it thin enough with that yoga mat that it still sets down pretty close to flush. As you can see, it does set a touch above flush, but not much. And so you can kind of see the edge here where I've glued this one, and you'll see what I mean, the yoga mat on the back. So we're going to use the gray yoga mat, and we're going to use this.
Let's get crafty.
Okay, so now that we're set up and ready to do the craft, I want you to notice this is already pre-cut, and so we'll try and put in some video from a previous time when I cut this out. I use a straight razor. I have one right here handy, so I'll show you. It's just an X-Acto knife with a very sharp blade. And I usually put something underneath there that can take that blade without dulling it, because once you dull that straight blade, it's pretty much impossible to cut this and get it straight and smooth. And so I would go to the town and Walmart or somewhere like that, and you can buy these little kits for like $7 or $8, so they're pretty cheap. And so that's what I did, is I cut along the edge and I cut that out using one of these. So first off, you have to heat your glue gun up, let it get good and hot, which we've already done. And then you come through here, and I do the bottom section. I try and do a very heavy set, because what I want it to do is I want it to glue down well enough that that's my base, and I don't want it not to be good. And so I'll then glue section by section on this, because what happens is this plastic that we're gluing to doesn't really take the glue very well. So what you want is that you want it to be hot enough that it doesn't start drying instantly when you get it on there. And so I've thought about taking a hair dryer and blowing it on there before we start, but as long as I don't do that, I will need to do it this way, which is gluing it down section by section like this, so that you have glued it and adhered it without it losing its stickiness. So I like to get up, a little pressure spreads it out real well. Bend that up just in case some glue did get there, it doesn't dry there. The reason we didn't want to get that glue on that red right here was we want it to be able to prop up, especially if you go to pin trading events, or maybe, I know at Epcot they have those little tables where they trade pins. This is a great way to display them and prop them up so everybody can see them easier. So that's the first step, is out of the way. Give you another one of these. For our glue sticks, we use, what's that called, Gorilla Glue? And so we do that because it's made to where it'll hold to plastic better than standard glue.
And you glue it all at the same time?
I have to glue it all the way because this is so stiff you can't bend it. So you got to be real quick.
Is this good?
Yep. So what I'm doing is I'm pressing down to smear that glue out everywhere. And that will allow it to stay flush and allow it to spread to where I got a little bit there. It seeped out the edge, but not enough to make a big deal. And that is, check that for glue, and that is a finished portfolio book. Closes up just like that. And that's finished. It's a finished product.
I was going to say, another idea is a lot of people own the like Cricut machines and different things like that. So if you had a Disney cartridge, or you were able to go online and get some sort of image, you could very easily adhere it to one of these plain books and make it a Disney book as well.
Yeah.
So that's an idea if that's something you already own or whatnot.
And I've thought about, I know this has a little camera hole there when it was for a tablet. I've thought about taking and putting like in those that have bigger ones, like for an iPad cover. You could put like a picture of Mickey Mouse or something like that in that's on a piece of paper, and glue it in with some laminate over it or something, and then you kind of jazzed it up to make it look like it was more for that. And so there's our pen book, and hopefully that'll help you save some money and be a better way to haul your pens to and from the park.
If you liked our video, please subscribe to our channel and comment below if you have any other suggestions, or if you have any cool ways that you've made pen books before that really work well for you. And also check out our website at www.managingmickey.com.
Yep, and look us up on Facebook, also Managing Mickey, and we'll be able to point you in some directions for some other videos about pen books and pen items, as well as reviews in the park, places to eat, that sort of thing. And we have some about how to save money, so be sure and look us up.
And until next time,
From our house to yours. Isn't that your favorite part about having a non-Disney?
Here's what I found on the web for backpack portfolio, like all baseball card pages and stuff. What were the most practical ways Corkboard put it in?